What's going on, everybody? So, I love TWS earbuds. They're just so convenient. Walking around the house, listening to a podcast, out and about, listening to a podcast, getting rid of all the sound around you, and just kind of like having a quiet space. So that's what makes them great. So SoundPEATS is a great company making some really good sounding stuff, and they've sent multiple of the TWS earbuds to me, and I thank them for that. But they just recently came out with one that I was really intrigued by, because my TWS listening, since I have so many IMs and always reviewing them and stuff, is mainly just podcast. But I was really intrigued by this one because it has two balanced armatures along with a dynamic driver. And I was like, oh, a TWS, maybe I can listen to some music to, which is exciting because it just gives another option in music enjoyment. So they sent it out, and today we're going to be doing a review on the SoundPEATS H3. All right, so the SoundPEATS H3. It retails for $109 right now because there's a Black Friday deal going on, so make sure you check that out. And it's regularly $129. All right, it consists of one DD and two BAs. It's got 55 decibels of active noise cancellation, 6 microphones, a transparency mode, BTS 4, and a 37-hour life. And then you can recharge it with the included capsule. It also has all the high-res wireless connections, especially LDAC and aptX lossless. All right, so let's get to the unboxing. You get this white box here. Got all your information on the back. 12 millimeter dynamic driver with the dual balanced armatures. 37-hour playtime. Just a little information. Take the sheath off and you get this box. Lift it up, and there are your H3 inside their carrying case. Pop this up, and there's one of the H3 units. I always like where you can see inside. Got this very cool design. And then lift this up, and in this pack you'll have charging cable. You've got some extra tips here, your instructions, and as always, the cool stickers that SoundPEATS sends. All right, as we always do, let's check out the app. In the app, you'll see both your left, right, how much battery they have. You'll also see your carrying case, how much battery it has. As you can see here, we have the noise reduction. And you've got adaptive noise cancellation, indoors noise cancellation, outdoor noise cancellation, and you've got traffic mode. So that's pretty cool. You've got your normal mode here. And then you also have your transparency modes. So you have your standard transparency and you have your voice enhancement, which is really nice. Down here, you can disable all touch controls. You've got your game mode, dual device connection, and you've got your customized touch controls. So you can customize pretty much everything. You click down here at the bottom, and you can use your adaptive EQ, where it will prepare the earbud, and you set it up. It'll play some music, and then it'll adapt to your ears. So that's cool. And then you also have your presets here. So all your presets for sound. Then you come down here and you can customize the sound the way you like it and then name it. So that's pretty cool. So this is a pretty robust app that allows you to pretty much control everything, and it's always worked well for me. All right, so let's do the fit and finish. Show off the case. You get this nice, sturdy plastic case. You've got your light here for tell if you're charging or if it's fully charged or it's pairing with your phone. Inside, you've got your earbuds. They are good looking, sturdy, well built, don't feel cheap. They're light as well. So And this is the left one. Haven't had any issues with comfort with them. Been able to keep them in for quite a long time. So yeah, fit and finish, pretty good. All right, so let's talk about what I do when I'm testing like sound, noise cancellation, and things like that. So I do some vacuuming. Luckily, I got these in time for Can Jam Dallas, so I was able to do some airplane with them. And just walk through the airport, checking out transparency, checking out just total isolation, and it did extremely well on both of them. I had no problem on the airplane, got to pair with my phone, watch some TV shows, listen to some music, and it sounded great. As far as canceling out the engine roar and all that, it did a superb job too, so I was able to just focus on whatever I was doing. As far as phone calls and things like that, called the wife, talked to multiple people, no issues with the way my voice sounded, and it was able to get out any distracting noises that might have been within my vicinity. Also did my vacuuming tests and just walking around outside, and with transparency mode, I felt like it was natural, no harshness to the sound. It just kind of sounded good when it came to transparency. But when I wanted to block out sound, it did a very good job, especially with high-pitched and just overly aggressive sounds. It smoothed them out in a sense where they're not jarring. All right, so how did they come across as far as sound? So what I love about TWS in-ear headphones, all of them have apps, and you can tailor the sound however you want to. So if you want more bass, less bass, more treble, pull the mids back, raise the mids, make it W, make it U. However you want to make it, you can make it. And just straight out of the box, what I noticed was that I started listening to more music. And that's always a good thing because, again, my main use case, I love podcasts. I've got a bunch of podcasts that I subscribe to that update weekly, monthly, whatever, and I like listening to those. But it really was nice just putting some music on and actually enjoying it. When it comes to sound, like I got a lot of things that I get out of my IMs where I got some depth and I've got some width to the sound. Voices sound very good, male and female voices. The bass is ridiculously good. And again, you can have more bass or have less bass, but there was texture to the bass and that sounded good. When it came to the mids, there was great separation. There was great staging as far as width and depth. And when it came to treble, like if you want to rock out to some staccato or some polyphia, I like the way the cymbals sounded. Cymbals are important to me, especially ride and splash cymbals. That's going to be more in another video coming soon. But pound for pound, it was a very enjoyable listening experience, especially for the price, because like I feel like if you want to be comparative and get something, like I also own the Momentum 4 from Sennheiser earbuds, and these play along with them for a third of the price, which is kind of crazy. I also have done the Bose earbuds, and they were bassy, warm sounding, which these are very similar to those, maybe not as warm, but again, those cost like $400 and these are a little over $100. So when it comes to sound and getting your money's worth, I think these are pretty killer, especially how well they sound with music. They sound great with podcasts as well. But when it comes to music, they compete with things that cost $200 to $300 more because of having a balanced armature and being able to take less off the DD, making that DD have to overly work with all the frequencies. They've got these balanced armatures that help balance it out, and they sound great. So I'm very happy with these. My excitement was justified because I feel like just for the price, you're getting so much bang for your buck because not only do you get good noise cancellation and everything else, but you've got great sound going along with it. So, is this a buy? If you're out there looking for something and you just don't want to spend those $300 and $400 prices for a lot of the other earbuds, but you still want to get quality and bang for the buck and really good sound, then yes, I think the SoundPEATS H3 are so overly competitive because it's just one of the best bang for the buck purchases you can make out there. If you got any questions or comments, feel free to ask, and I will see you in the next video.